Niagara's medical officer of health, Dr. Mustafa Herji, is yet another Canadian scientist bearing the brunt of online attacks, as comments that appear to encourage violence against him surfaced over the weekend.
These are genuine threats that need to be investigated and rooted out. It's a kind of domestic terrorism.
Those in the medical community say this has been happening to scientists throughout the pandemic.
I get hate mail regularly. They tend to go for the lowest hanging fruit, which is your identity. So if you're a female scientist, they jokes and comments about your gender. If you're non-white, as I am, it's comments about your ethnicity.
Last week, Dr. Herji tweeted out he did not feel the Niagara region was ready to ease restrictions, saying, if we lift the lockdown, cases will rise even faster. Not long after, the hateful comments emerged online.
With the racism and the misogyny, it needs to be named. It needs to be named and completely dismantled, and that comes from our leaders.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau responded, tweeting out he is outraged and that he strongly condemns the online attacks. Premier Ford wrote, there is absolutely no place for these kinds of threats in Ontario. Cut it out. Politicians in the region say the attacks are terrible and should not have happened, but they also point out some people in the community feel as though the provincial government has failed to provide the needed supports throughout the pandemic.
Dr. Herji is just looking after our well-being. I think the frustration of the residents here in St. Catharines is seeing that other hot zones in the region are being able to reopen. And they're not seeing any subsidy for rents or paid sick days.
Dr. Herji did not want to go on camera, but he did tweet out, thanks to everyone for their words of support. I'm gratified that so many are speaking up against violent language. He also said he welcomes disagreement, saying, let's not reject those who oppose my position because a few went too far. We can be calm and civil, but still disagree. Catherine Ward, Global News.